Okay. Second thing is if they're opposite sign. If they're opposite in sign, you first determine the sign. The number that is further from 0 is the sign. Then you take the larger number and subtract the smaller. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. When you're multiplying and dividing, okay, there are two situations. The first is if they're the same sign, you keep the sign. I'm sorry. Same sign is always positive. If they are opposite in sign, always negative. That's it. Are you able to see these on your screen large enough?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to write these down or do you have them in your notes? Because I'm going to refer to them over and over again today.
I'll write them down.
Why don't you do that at the end, or do you want to do it right now? Because we
I'll do it at
want
the
to
end.
make sure we get some problems in today. So let's start with some pretty basic problems. -4, -3, -2. Okay, can you give me the answer to this? Think in terms of same sign or opposite in sign.
My final answer is -9.
And your final answer is correct. Very good. All right, let's make it a little more complicated here. -7 plus 8 -4 -2 plus 3.
Um, 15. 15 plus -2 plus -3, 19 times 21, -21 plus -21, 22, 24. My final answer is -24.
Okay, what is -7 plus 8? Let's go through it one by one.
Minus them. So 8
Wait,
minus 7 is 1.
okay, 1, and then what is 1 minus 4?
1, since they're both different, it will be 3.
-3.
Oh, I see where I made my mistake.
Okay, why don't you keep going from here then?
-3 plus -2,
Good,
both the same sign. You'll add them,
okay,
which will be -5
okay,
plus 4. Since they're -5 and 4 are both different, you'll subtract. Will be equal -1.
good,
I see where I made my mistake.
good catch on that. All right, do you remember what we do when we have a double negative?
Yes, if you
What do
have double negative, the number that's negative will turn into a positive, and the sign will turn into addition sign.
Yes, turns into addition. All right, so keep that in mind here.
Oh,
All right, so here's one for you to try, please.
5 plus 4 plus -3, subtract 9 plus -3, 5, 6 of those 5 is -1 plus -3, subtract 4, 9 plus -3, 3 plus 1 is -4, plus -9 plus -3, 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 is -13 plus -3, 13, 14, 15, 16. My final answer is -16.
Correct, good. Okay, let's throw in some multiplication division. So -5 times -4 divided by -2 times -3. So you do them left to right here. Do them left to right, okay?
Uh-huh.
So give this a try, please.
And so dividing -4 divided by -2 would be still 2 -2 times 5 -5 times -3 oh, 5 times 2 is 10 -10 times -3 equals -30. My final answer is -30.
Okay. -30, you say? All right. So this is 20 divided by -2. That's -10 times -3 is +30. +30 because they're both negative.
Oh, that's right.
Where did you go different?
So I divided because you said if there's division, you do those first.
Okay.
So I did -4 divided by -2, which equals -2, which equal -2 times -5, and then I added the other numbers. -2 divided by 5 was -10 times 3, which equals -30.
Okay. But it is -10 times -3, which ends up being +30.
Okay.
All right. You good on that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try another one here. All right. Let me know if anything is unclear.
Two divide -5 times -5. 45 divided by 3 and 6 and 4. Divided by -5 times -5, 15 times 5, 15 times 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so this is -7 divided -5 times -5, negative -7 divided by 5, 7, 14, 14, 35, 7, once negative times -5 equals -5. My answer is -5.
-5. Okay, let's try this. So this is -15
Yes, that's
times
it.
2, the -30 divided by -5. That's
Yes,
6. Did you get 6 there? Times -1?
6 times -1. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got 6 times -1, but I put 5. I don't know why I did that.
it's okay.
But it was, yeah, but it, why did I do that? I don't know, why would I do that? I don't know. But, yeah.
Okay. Let's try another one. You're doing really well. Let's go -1 times -20 divided by 4 times -6 divided by -10.
-20 divided by 4 times -6 divided by -10 is still -20 divided by 4 times -6 divided by -10, 24, 4, 8, 16, is -5 times -6 divided by -10. 5 times 10 by 30. -30 divided by -10 is still 10, 20, 30 is still -30. Okay, I got my final answer.
Go ahead.
My final answer is -3.
All right, let's take a look here. So this is 20
Yes.
divided by 4 is 5 times -6 is -30 divided by -10. They're both negative. So what is the sign of the answer?
Oh, it's gonna be a +3.
+3. Good. Yeah, you're doing really well. Good effort so far. So now we're gonna mix addition and subtraction with multiplication and division. Do you remember which you do first in the order of operations? Which comes first?
Multiply and division.
That's right. So if you see something like this, like -3 times 4 plus -8 times -2, which do you do first, the multiplication or the addition, the multiplication?
The multiplication first.
Okay, so do both of these multiplications and then
Okay.
and
3 times 4 plus -8 times -2. -12 is 16. Okay, what I got for -3 times 4, I
okay,
got -12
okay, plus,
plus the second answer is +16.
okay, and keep going. What is -12 plus 16?
-12 plus 16 was let me do this real quick. It's 38.
You're adding. You're got one positive and one negative. What is the rule for that?
The rule for that one, wait, I gotta go.
Opposite. They're opposite in signs.
Since they're opposite of signs, you have to subtract them to get your answers. So 12 times 6, well, subtract 16, -12. So
You
negative
take,
12,
but you
subtract
first determine the sign of the answer.
is 4.
What
Oh,
is it, 4 or -4?
it's +4 because the number 16 is big farther from 0 because 12.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a positive.
You got it. All right, let's do a couple more here. Let's go -20 divided by 5 plus -1 times 3.
Plus -1 times 3. So I'm D. So you first do multiplication first and then division.
Always do, you actually can do multiplication and division simultaneously when they're separated by a plus.
Oh, so that'd be still 3. 5, 10, 15, 20. That'd be 6, -6. So what I got for, oh, I messed up.
And
Uh,
start over. Always start over if you make a mistake like that.
um, for 24, 24, 17, 36, 17, So what I got for negative 20 divided by 4, I got negative 48. I think it's wrong.
You're dividing. The result should be smaller. So 4 times what number gets you to 20?
5.
5. So 20 divided by 4 is, these are the
5.
same.
Oh
So
my
the positive or negative?
Negative. Because
Negative 5. What about the one on the right here?
it's
Negative 1 times 3.
it's gonna be positive 3
Why is it positive?
because 1 is closer and 3 is farther from 0.
You're mixing the rules. So this is a good time for us to refresh on the rules. Um, if you can, I'd print them out, have something near you. Whoa, that's not the right one. That's the email to the student. All right, let me grab this, see if I can paste it. All right. So you cannot mix the rules, right? When you're multiplying, if they're opposite in sign, it's always negative. Negative 1 times 3, they're opposite in sign, so the answer is
So the answer,
negative.
yeah, negative 3.
So you have negative 5 plus negative 3.
Negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 3. Will be negative 8.
Negative 8, good. Okay, we're doing these problems pretty quickly, so if you ever need a break, even if it's just 30 seconds to just sort of refresh, just say, hey, I need a little break.
Okay.
But you're doing really well. Let's keep going here. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. There are 3 multiplications. For this last one, you have to decide whether it's negative 3 times negative 3, or if you want to do it as 3 times negative 3. It doesn't really matter, but you have to decide what you prefer.
Okay. Okay, so multiply. So this would be still negative 2, negative 12.
Give me the individual results before you proceed.
So my results were where the first one was negative 2,
But
because,
they're both negative. If there's the same sign, it's always positive.
oh, sorry, positive 2.
Okay, now these are opposite in sign.
So that would be negative 12.
Okay, now the last one you have to decide, is it negative 3 times negative 3 or 3 times negative 3? Which did you look at it as?
I looked at as both as negatives.
Okay, so
So
what is
I
the
got
answer?
positive 9.
Okay, go ahead and complete the problem from here.
Okay. 12. Okay. 12 to both, I subtract. So to both. I have a question.
Yep,
For 2 plus negative 12, since they're both
yes.
different numbers, well, different
They're
signs.
opposite in sign. They're opposite in
Yeah.
sign.
I did it as 2 subtract negative 12. So wouldn't that be positive 12?
Nope, it's positive 2 plus, they're opposite in sign. The rules are very
Yeah.
clear when they're opposite in sign. Determine the sign. The number that is further from 0 is the sign. Which is further from 0, negative 12 or 2?
12, negative 12.
So the answer is negative. You take the numbers without the sign, so 2 and 12, take the larger and subtract the smaller.
Yeah. Okay. 10, 11, 12, which should be 10 plus 9. 10, 11, 12, 13.
Negative 10 plus 9.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's 19.
same thing. They're opposite in sign, so first determine which is further from 0.
I got my answer.
Okay, what is it?
My answer is negative 1.
You are correct. Good. All right. All right, so we haven't done much with parentheses today, but let's do a few of those. Let's say it's minus 3 plus 4 times 1 minus 3 times negative 2, I'm sorry, 3 times negative 6 plus 12. So where does parentheses fall in the order of operations?
Uh, the beginning.
So you do what's inside parentheses first. So look inside this first set of parentheses and what operations do you see?
I see -3 plus
Uh, uh,
4.
operations, which of these? You know, PAMDAS,
Oh,
which do you see in here?
um, A M
Addition and
multiplication.
multiplication. Which do you do first?
I do the multiplication first.
Okay, so multiply.
Okay. So it'll still
What is
be
four? What is 4
it,
times 1?
it'll be still 4
Okay.
plus
Now what is negative 3 plus 4?
-3 plus 4. Since they're both different signs, so subtract them without their signs.
That's right.
So before subtract 3 will be -1.
Which is further from 0, the negative 3 or the
Oh,
positive 4?
+1. +1.
Positive 1, yep. And then you don't really need the parentheses anymore, but we'll get to that. So now go back to the other one. What two math operations do you have?
For the other one, I did. Wait, I gotta erase this part right here. Okay. We have multiplication and addition. So you first do the multiplication first, which will be 18, negative
Is it
18,
positive? Yeah, negative 18 plus 12.
18 plus 12. 18 plus 12. Since they're both different signs, so subtract 18, subtract. So you do them without the sign. So 18 subtract 12,
Good.
which would be -6.
Okay. All right. Now, when there's nothing outside, you can drop the parenthesis. There's nothing outside the parenthesis on the left. On the right, you have a double negative. What does that become?
Positive.
So it's 1 plus 6.
So be 1 plus 6 is +7.
Good. All right. So here's one for you to try. All right. Go ahead and try this one for me, please.
Parentheses 10 divided by 5 plus 1. Subtract -3 times 4 plus 10. So you do that division first, and then you do the multiplication first. So that'd be 5. I mean, sorry. 10 divided by 15, that'd be -50 plus 1. Back for a 12, +12 plus 12. Different signs, 50 would be 49, -49. 10 is the same sign. Yeah, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 49, 22, subtract 9 to 22, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2. I got my final answer. Hello? I got my final answer.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead. What's your final answer?
My final answer is +27.
Okay, I think that's too large here. So let's go for this. This is -2 plus
Uh-huh.
1. Did you get -1 down here for the first one?
Yes.
Okay, on the second one, -3 times 4 is -12. Double negative becomes +10. This is -2.
Yes.
Do you have something similar?
I have instead of the 2, I got all the way to 22.
Okay, but there, the double negative makes a positive, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now why don't you see if you can tell me what the answer is from here? -1 minus a -2.
It would be +2. I mean, sorry, +1.
It is -1 plus 2, which becomes +1. Okay, let's try another one here. Okay, go ahead and try this for us, please.
Okay. Add -3 plus 1. Add 10. -10 plus 7 is equals 7 is -3. 15 plus 16 plus 5 is positive 5 plus 4. 5 plus 1, 6, -3, subtract 6, 6 equals 3. I got my final answer.
Okay, go ahead.
It's +3.
Okay, let's take a look here. This is -10 plus 7, which is
Yeah,
-3.
yes,
And then inside here, it's 5 plus 1, which is 6.
yes, and then -3 subtract 6
So these are
is
same sign.
what?
They're same sign because it can be rewritten as -3 plus -6.
Okay, that's where I messed up.
You're doing pretty well. It's
Okay, 6 plus 3 is 9, +9.
yeah. Is the answer positive or negative though?
Positive, because since they're the same, wait, no, negative.
-9. Okay. All right, let's just reset here and talk about exponents. We haven't done this in a while. So let's talk about exponents. So 2 to the power of 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Can you tell me what that becomes?
8,
Try again.
sorry, yeah, that's it. Wait, 2 plus 2, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 4, and then 8, 4 times 4 is 16.
16, yeah. All right, so 3 to the power of 2 is 3 times 3. What does that become?
9,
5 to the power of 3 is 5 times 5 times 5. What does that become?
15.
Try again. You're not adding, you're multiplying.
Oh,
And you may need to do it out
5,
long.
5, 25, 5, 25, 25, 5, 25, 10, 11, 12. 125?
Now, can you tell me what the rule is when you have a base to an exponent?
The base, wait, so yeah,
So like what would 2 to the power of 3 be?
2 to the power of 3, it'll be 2 times 2 times 2, 2, 4, which will be 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2. Which would equal 8.
Okay, good. Now we're gonna do something a little different. What if it is -3 to the power of 4? So this means -3 times -3 times -3 times -3. Can you tell me what that becomes?
Times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 9 is 81. 81.
It is 81. Okay. So let's talk about a special case here. What is 1 to the power of 3? What is 1 to the power of 3?
1 times 1 times 1 times 1.
Yep.
1 times 1 3 times. So 1 times 1 is 1. The answer is 1.
Okay. Well, how about 1 to the power of 351?
Would it still be 1?
Yes. -1 to the power of 4 is -1 times -1 times -1 times -1.
So it'll be -1. Sorry, positive
Try
1.
this one's +1. What is -1 to the power of 3?
-1 to power of 3, it will still be -1. I'm sorry, positive 1.
Which is it? Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, but isn't -1 times -1 +1
Yes.
times -1?
1 would be positive 1?
It's a positive times negative.
Wait, if it's a positive times a negative, would it be 0?
No, you're multiplying.
Wait, what?
What's the rule for multiplication when they're opposite in sign?
If they're opposite in sign, you subtract them without the sign.
No, that's for addition and subtraction.
Um, if they're okay, so if they're like, how do I say it? If they're both different signs, you'll have to like which one's farther from 0.
No,
And
you're multiplying. Let's go back. You're multiplying. This is why you've got to have these rules so clear. What is the rule for multiplying and dividing?
same sign, always positive. Opposite.
Opposite in sign. Okay, so we're multiplying. Is the answer positive or negative?
Negative.
And then you just multiply the numbers.
Oh,
Okay, so somehow this got away from us, but the short of this is that -1 to an even power is 1, and -1 to an odd power is -1.
okay.
All right, so let's maybe write this down because you're going to need that for the next couple that we do.
Okay. Got it.
All right, so let's do a couple problems with exponents here. What is 2 to the power of 3 plus -1 to the power of 5?
2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 to the 1 equals +1. 98 1 times 3. I got my final answer. Or do you want me to
Okay.
tell what happened?
Yeah, what's 2 to the power of 3?
2 to the power of 3 is 8.
And -1 to the power of 5?
+1.
Okay, -1 to an odd power is
Oh,
-1. Did you write that down?
yes, I did.
Okay, it's -1.
Since, okay. And then you'll be, I think you'll have to add. So be 8 plus 1 is
Nope, these are opposite in signs. First
Yes,
determine
so
the
you
sign.
so so you do them without the sign and you subtract 8, subtract 1,
Okay,
which would be 7, positive 7.
positive 7, good. All right, let's try another one here. -1 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 2 plus -1 to the power of 3.
Okay. -1. Times 3 is 9, 9. Times is 27. Got my answers.
Okay, go ahead and give me what is -1 to the power of 4.
Will be -1.
Okay, did you write this down? -1 to an even power, -1 to an odd power.
Yes, I did.
Okay, is 4 even or odd?
Oh, it's even.
Yes, yes.
So it'll be +1 times 27
How did you get 27? This is
because
the
3 times, so 3
three,
times 3 times 3
but
is,
there's only two threes. This is how
oh,
many threes it
sorry.
says.
Oh, would be 9
Okay,
plus -3, so it'll be -1 because,
okay. Go
yeah,
ahead and go ahead and try this again.
I got my answer.
Okay,
It'll be +1. I mean,
what is
+8.
okay? That's 9 plus -1 is +8. Okay, I'm gonna ask for the last time because this is really important. Do you have these written down?
Yes,
-1.
okay.
Okay. Do you understand them? That's probably more important, but we'll do a few more problems here. -1 to the third plus -4 times 1 to the power of 9. So do what's inside parentheses first.
Yeah. 1 is -4 plus -4 times 19 will still be 4 5 19 4 8 12 12 4 8 12 would be 4. Okay, I
Okay.
think I got my answer. I don't know if it's right.
What is -1 to the power of 3?
It's still -1.
Okay. Plus -4. What does that become?
4.
You're adding -1 plus -4. Adding and they're same sign,
-4.
but you're adding. So the answer is negative, but then you add the numbers without the sign.
Oh, sorry. It'll be 3, -3.
You're adding the numbers without the signs.
That's what I do. Wait, 4 plus 4.
1
Oh,
plus 4.
5.
5.
-5.
Okay.
I
Times
was
what is 1 to the power of 9?
1 to the power. Wait, 1 to the power of 9. Oh, is -1.
There's no negatives though. It's just 1.
Oh, just
1
1.
to 1 to any power is 1. Wait, what is
Yes.
-5 times 1?
-5 times 1, so both different signs you subtract, which will be,
You're multiplying though, multiplying.
oh, so it'll just be 5, -5.
Yeah. Okay. It's really, really important that you look at this lesson notes today, tomorrow, next day. You have to know these rules. You cannot, you have to wake up in the morning and know these rules.
Okay,
That's the only way we're gonna make progress in this, but you're doing really well.